Welcome gamers! We are back with a fresh, updated look at the Dimensity 9400, but this time it's different. Since our last test, the latest GameHub Emulator updates have brought some serious performance leaps. Today, we're running a massive 30-game showcase, featuring a mix of new titles and several classics that now show a significant and impressive upgrade in stability and FPS. For specific details regarding the resolution and the DXVK versions being used, you can see the info directly on the bottom of the screen. As for advanced settings like presets and compatibility profiles, please adjust them according to your own device for the best results. We are pushing the boundaries of what MediaTek can achieve in 2026. Let's see how much these upgrades really matter. Left 4 Dead 2 is a legendary cooperative zombie shooter set in a post-apocalyptic world. On the Dimensity 9400, the game maintains a fluid 40 to 60 FPS. To reach this peak performance, be sure to find the best balance within the compatibility menu tailored for your specific device. Dark Souls Remastered brings the challenging dark fantasy classic to life with improved textures. This chipset handles the journey through Lordran at a very impressive 50 to 60 FPS. Experimenting with different compatibility settings is highly recommended to ensure the frame delivery remains consistent. Dark Souls 2 offers a massive world filled with unforgiving bosses and atmospheric environments. This hardware pushes the action between 40 and 50 FPS. Fine-tuning your emulator's internal compatibility variables is the key to maintaining a smooth experience during intense combat encounters. Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition features action-packed survival horror in the sun-drenched landscapes of Africa. This processor delivers a top-tier performance of roughly 60 FPS. Finding a personalized compatibility profile will help the system handle the dense enemy hordes and cinematic set pieces with ease. Resident Evil 6 blends global bioterror threats with high-octane action across multiple storylines. Performance on this chipset averages between 50 and 60 FPS. To optimize the experience, it is wise to adjust the compatibility menu options to match the hardware's specific requirements. Dark Souls 3 is a demanding modern title with intricate boss mechanics and stunning vistas. Running on the Dimensity 9400, the game averages between 20 and 30 FPS. For a heavy AAA title on MediaTek, this is a great result. Just ensure you explore the compatibility settings for the best possible outcome. Devil May Cry 4 features fast-paced, stylish combat with incredible combo depth. This hardware keeps the action stylishly fluid, ranging from 40 to 50 FPS. Personalizing your setup within the compatibility section will help ensure every slash and gunshot feels perfectly responsive. Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 delivers high-speed police chases in an open-world city. This silicon maintains a pace of 30 to 40 FPS through GameHub to keep the racing intensity high. Adjusting your internal compatibility presets is the best way to stabilize the performance during high-speed drifts. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain offers tactical espionage excellence in a vast desert landscape. Performance on this hardware fluctuates between 40 and 50 FPS. Finding the right balance in your compatibility settings will help the system process the complex AI and dynamic weather effects. Vampire is a dark, narrative-driven RPG where you navigate the plagued streets of London. This chipset manages the atmosphere at a steady 30 FPS. Achieving this result on a heavy title is impressive, provided you optimize your device through the compatibility menu for the best results. Hitman Absolution follows Agent 47 through a series of cinematic and stealthy contracts. This processor delivers a solid performance of roughly 40 FPS. To maintain this level of consistency, it is highly recommended to fine-tune your compatibility settings to suit the hardware's rendering capabilities. Prototype puts you in control of a shape-shifting biological weapon in a chaotic New York City. This silicon manages to keep the carnage flowing at 30 to 40 FPS. Experimenting with the compatibility menu options will help ensure the open-world destruction remains manageable and fluid. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is a deep fantasy RPG with massive mythological creatures to battle. Performance on the Dimensity 1900 hovers between 20 and 30 FPS. This range is quite playable for such a heavy title. especially if you find the right setup within the emulator's compatibility profiles. Prototype 2 expands the open-world chaos with more powers and intense urban combat. Performance on this hardware stays between 30 and 40 FPS. To squeeze out every bit of performance, be sure to personalize your compatibility settings to match the demands of the modern engine. GTA 5 remains a massive benchmark with its detailed world and complex systems. This chipset handles Los Santos brilliantly, averaging between 50 and 60 FPS. For the most fluid heist experience, adjusting your compatibility variables is essential to keep the frame rate in this high-end range. Max Payne 3 features gritty cinematic shooting with iconic bullet time mechanics. This silicon delivers a smooth experience ranging from 40 to 50 FPS. To ensure the action remains as fluid as possible, fine-tuning your internal compatibility profiles is a great strategy for this title. Star Wars: Jedi Fallen Order is a visually stunning AAA adventure that is extremely taxing on mobile hardware. Performance typically stays between 20 and 30 FPS. For a title this demanding, this is a very solid result. Just remember to optimize your compatibility menu settings for a stable run. Mortal Kombat X brings bone-crushing combat and cinematic finishers to the palm of your hand. Performance on this hardware averages between 30 and 40 FPS. Finding a custom configuration in the compatibility section will help keep the competitive fighting feeling snappy and responsive. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim offers a legendary open-world journey through a cold and dangerous province. This chipset delivers an impressive 40 to 60 FPS. To explore the snowy mountains without interruption, adjusting your compatibility presets for an optimal outcome is highly recommended. Mafia 2 Definitive Edition provides a polished look at the gritty world of organized crime. Performance on the silicon stays between 40 and 50 FPS. Exploring different compatibility settings within GameHub is key to helping the hardware manage the updated textures and lighting. Dragon Ball Z: Kakarot lets you experience the epic saga through fast-paced aerial combat. Performance on this hardware is excellent, ranging from 45 to 60 FPS. To maintain these high numbers, personalizing your compatibility profiles will provide the best visual and technical balance. Just Cause 2 is famous for its massive explosions and chaotic grappling hook physics. This processor handles the tropical mayhem at a fluid 50 to 60 FPS. Fine-tuning your compatibility settings will ensure the open-world destruction remains as smooth as possible. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is a terrifyingly detailed horror experience that pushes modern engines. This hardware keeps the dread alive between 50 and 60 FPS. To keep the immersion high, it is wise to adjust your compatibility settings to ensure the lighting and shadows remain consistent. Dying Light combines intense parkour with survival horror in a vast, infested urban environment. Performance fluctuates between 25 and 40 FPS. Considering the game's complexity, this is a very respectable range. Just be sure to find the right balance in your compatibility menu. Sifu is a demanding martial arts title with precise combat and unique aging mechanics. This silicon manages the action at roughly 30 FPS. For a high-fidelity title, this result is impressive, especially if you optimize your compatibility profiles for the best possible frame delivery. Assassin's Creed 1 features a detailed recreation of the Holy Land with early parkour mechanics. This hardware maintains a steady 30 FPS during the journey. Achieving this stability is best done by exploring different compatibility settings to find what works best for your device. MudRunner American Wilds challenges you with realistic off-road physics and heavy vehicles in harsh terrain. Performance on this chipset stays around 30 FPS. To ensure the mud and water physics process smoothly, adjusting your internal compatibility variables is highly recommended. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is a massive dark fantasy epic that remains a major challenge for emulation. Performance typically hovers between 20 and 30 FPS. For a game this heavy, this is an admirable result on MediaTek. Just ensure you fine-tune your compatibility settings for stability. Dragon Quest XI features a vibrant world and beautiful cel-shaded graphics that can be quite taxing. On this hardware, the game averages between 20 and 30 FPS. This level of playability is great for such a modern RPG, provided you find the right setup in the compatibility menu. Tekken 7 brings the legendary fighting franchise into a high-fidelity era with explosive combat. This chipset delivers a smooth 50 to 60 FPS to keep the frame-perfect moves landing accurately. Personalizing your compatibility settings within GameHub is highly recommended. That's a wrap on our updated 30-game test. Seeing such a significant leap in performance across these titles really shows how far the latest GameHub updates have come for the Dimensity 9400. Even the heaviest AAA games are starting to show impressive playability on this MediaTek silicon. Remember, all the technical info for resolution and drivers is right there on your screen, so use that as a baseline to tweak your own compatibility settings. Which of these upgraded results impressed you the most? Let me know in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Vanzee Gaming for more elite emulation benchmarks. I'll see you in the next one.